everybody. Hello, hello, hello. You are very welcome back to DDASMR. And in today's video, guys, well, first of all, gotta let me know what do you think of the new lighting. I have a kind of like neon sign on this side of the wall in our room, and it's kind of pinky purple. It's Heaven's Night, if you know that from Silent Hill 2. If you know, let me know. But it gives off a really nice kind of pinky purple hue. It's really cozy in my opinion. So I thought I'd try that out for a video today. So please do let me know what you think of the lighting, if it's good, if it's cozy, if it's awful. Let me know. On today's video, guys, I have a book that I thought we could take a little look through. This book is Poems to See by a comic artist interprets great poetry. So this was actually a Christmas gift from my father about 2 years ago. And I've had a couple of reads through it, and I think it's really cool. It is basically just obviously a comic artist who took, I think, 40 poems and kind of provided like a different like imagery for each poem. And some of them are poems you might be familiar with. There's some pretty popular ones. But he just provides like a really interesting take on some of these poems that you may have already kind of heard of and maybe formed your own image of. So it's just interesting to see someone else's viewpoint on that. I'm going to go ahead and read the back here, just so we get a better idea of what it's all about. So, this is a fresh twist on 24 classics, not 40. This stunning anthology of favourite poems visually interpreted by comic artist Julian Peters breathes a new life into the worlds of some of the greatest English language poets, with unexpected pairings around themes such as empathy, identity, creativity, time, mortality, and nature. These poems can change the way we see ourselves, others, and our world. And encountering them in graphic form can change the way we read the poems. This could be the key that unlocks the world of poetry for a new generation raised on visual communications. So it's actually a pretty interesting story as to kind of why he made the book. So some of the poets that are included, we have Maya Angelou, W.H. Auden, E.E. Cummings, Emily Dickinson, Tess Gallagher, Robert Hayden, Seamus Heaney, Jared Manley Hopkins, Langston Hughes, Edna St. Vincent Millay, Edgar Allan Poe, Christina Rossetti, Carl Sandburg, Dylan Thomas, William Wordsworth, W.B. Yeats, and others. So, I'll just give you a quick idea of kind of what it's all about. So, we'll take this poem, Invictus, by William Ernest Henley. So, what the book does is it just kind of narrates the poem with a kind of comic or visual image. So you can see that's the opening page. This would be kind of the rest of the story or the rest of the poem kind of unfolding visually in front of us whilst having the lyrics. I don't know if you call it the lyrics of the poem, but you know what I mean, with the image. And then at the very end, it has a page with the poem itself. So I'm probably going to go ahead and focus reading on the poetry rather than showing the images as well, just because I kind of want it to be something you can fall asleep to, or something you can just put on in the background, listen to my more boring voice read these poems. Alright, so Invictus by William Ernest Henley. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody, but unavowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. That's a nice one. I like that one. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, I love this one. This is by William Butler Yeats. I love W.B. Yeats, Irish poet, story writer, interesting guy. If you know William Butler Yeats, let me know. But this poem is called When You Are Old. When you are old and grey and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shallows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true, but one man loved the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur a little sadly how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. So that's nice, I suppose. Well, I suppose it's kind of a bittersweet story because it's about maybe someone who cared for someone else who was already, in a relationship and kind of had to watch their life unfold from afar, but always really caring and loving that other person. I don't know. Jukebox Love Song by Langston Hughes. Let's read this one. I could take the Harlem night and wrap around you. Take the neon lights and make a crown. Take the Lenox Avenue buses, taxis, subways. And for your love song tone, their rumble down. Take Harlem's heartbeat, make it drum beat, put it on a record, let it whirl. And while we listen to it play, dance with you till day, dance with you, my sweet brown Harlem girl. I like that one. That's a fun little one. And I'm going to show you the imagery for this because I really like it. Jukebox Love Song. This kind of follows a New York City tale. You can obviously see that in the imagery used. And I like this. This is the final image next to the poem itself. Ready to go. Alright. What else we got? I'm just flicking through the pages. The Given Note by Seamus Heaney, another Irish poet. On the most westerly blasket, in a dry stone hut, he got this air out of the night. Strange noises were heard by others who followed bits of a tune, coming in on loud weather. Though nothing like melody, he blamed their fingers and ear, as unpractised their fiddling easy. For he had gone alone into the island and brought back the whole thing. The house cropped like his full violin. So whether he calls it spirit music or not, I don't care. He took it out of the wind of mid-Atlantic. Still he maintains from nowhere. It comes off the bow gravely, refaces itself into air. I don't know if that's kind of given me, like it's a story about a guy who's playing his violin or whatever, but like, he's like a reclusive violin player. I don't know. Look, I said I was going to be reading the poetry, not interpreting it, so maybe I should just shut my mouth. Okay. This one looks good. Choices by Tess Gallagher. I go to the mountainside of the house to cut saplings and clear a view to snow on the mountain. But when I look up, saw in hand, I see a nest clutched in the uppermost branches. I don't cut that one. I don't cut the others either. Suddenly in every tree, an unseen nest where a mountain would be. That's really nice. I like that one. Also, sorry, there's a motorbike literally coming through that window by the sounds of it. I like that though. That's nice. This one is called The Force That Through the Green Fuse Drives the Flower by Dylan Thomas. The force that through the green fuse drives the flower, drives my green age, that blasts the roots of trees, is my destroyer. And I am dumb to tell the crooked rose my youth is bent by the same wintry fever. The force that drives the water through the rocks drives my red blood, outdries the mouthing screams, turns mine to wax. And I am dumb to mouth unto my veins, how at the mountain spring the same mouth sucks. The hand that whirls the water in the pool stirs the quicksand, that ropes the blowing wind, hauls my shroud sail, and I am dumb to tell the hanging man, out of my clay is made the hangman's lime. The lips of time leach to the fountainhead, love drips and gathers, but the fallen blood shall calm her sores. And I am dumb to tell a weather's wind, how time has ticked a heaven round the stairs. And I am dumb to tell the lovers to tomb, how at my sheet goes the same crooked worm. That one's kind of lost on me too, guys, I won't lie. Let's have a look at the imagery for that. I mean, if I had to guess, I'm assuming it's obviously going to be about, like, nature and maybe, you know, the force of Mother Nature, or maybe it's like Mother Nature having a conversation with like humans about how we're like abusing our resources or something. I don't know. We'll keep going. This is a nice short one. Buffalo Dusk by Carl Sandburg. The buffaloes are gone, and those who saw the buffaloes are gone. Those who saw the buffaloes by thousands, and how they pawed the prairie, sawed into dust with their hoofs, their great heads down, pawing on in a great tangent of dusk. Those who saw the buffaloes are gone, and the buffaloes are gone. Okay, that's a sad one. And kind of equally sad imagery. I'll show you this one. Like a U.S. location thing on one of their roads. As you can see, it's a bit, buffalo kind of roaming in from an open prairie into like a car park. And then you can see a fade outline of maybe kind of two cowboys that would have been around at the time of the buffaloes, but ultimately just replaced by trucks and jeeps. So, not a positive one, but it's still poetry. Alright, let's have a look at these ones. Ozymandias. This is a good one. So, Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. Percy, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. I met a traveller from an antique land who said, two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my work, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level stands, stretched far away. I suppose it goes to show that time's gonna wear everything down and things don't last forever, so maybe you're going through something right now when you needed to hear that things don't last forever, so take that one there. This one is called There Have Come Soft Rains by John Philip Johnson. In kindergarten during the Cold War, midday late bells jolted us, sending us single file into the hallway where we sat pressing our heads between our knees, waiting. During one of the bomb drills, Annette was standing, My mother said I would talk on and on about her, about how pretty she was. I still remember her that day, curly hair and pretty dress, looking perturbed the way little children do. Why, Annette? There's nothing to be upset about. The bombs won't get us. I've seen what's to come. It is the days, the steady pounding of days like gentle rain, that will be our undoing. Ooh. Jesus. Like, to me, that's just saying, like, damn, life's gonna get you. Life's gonna grind you down. So, once again, maybe not the most positive image, but you could probably flip that into a positive way somehow. Let's just keep going. Okay, that one is. There we go. Spring and Fall by Gerard Manley Hopkins. So, this opens by saying that it's being spoken to a young child. Margaret, are you grieving over Golden Grove unleaving? Leaves like the thing of man. You with your fresh thoughts care for, can you? As the heart grows older, it will come to such sights colder. By and by, not a spare sigh. Though worlds of one would leaflet meal lie, and yet you will weep and know why. No, or now no matter, child of the name. Sorrow springs are the same. Nor mouth had, nor mind expressed what heart heard of, ghost guessed. It is the blight man was born for, it is Margaret you mourn for. I know, some of these guys are spinning my head, guys. Not sure what to make of these. I think we've got a couple war-themed ones here. This one is Before the Battle by Siegfried Sassoon. Music of whispering trees, hushed by a broad winged breeze, where shaken water gleams and evening radiance falling, with ready bird notes calling. Oh, bear me safe through dark, you low-voiced streams. I have no need to pray, that fear may pass away. I scorn the growl and rumble of the fight that summons me from cool silence of marsh and pool, and yellow lilies islanded in light. Oh, river of stairs and shadows, lead me through the night. That's nice. I like that. What else we got? Alright. Let's read this one. Conscientious Objector by Edna St. Vincent Millay. I shall die, but that is all that I shall do for death. I hear him leading his horse out of the stall. I hear the clatter on the barn floor. He is in haste, he has business in Cuba, business in the Balkans. Many calls to make this morning, but I will not hold the bridle while he clinches the girth. And he may mount by himself. I will not give him a leg up. Though he flicks my shoulders with his whip, I will not tell him which way the fox ran. With his hoof on my breast, I will not tell him where the black boy hides in the swamp. I shall die, but that is all I shall do for debt. I am not on his payroll. I will not tell him the whereabout of my friends, nor of my enemies either, though he promised me much. I will not map him the route to any man's door. Am I a spy in the land of the living that I should deliver men to death? I will not help him the route to any man's door. Am I a spy? Oh, lads, I messed that one up, I'm sorry. Brother, the password and the plans of our city are safe with me. Never through me shall you be overcome. Forget that one. Forget that one. Alright, let's do one more, and then we'll probably wrap it up. So, what will we go for? Those Winter Sundays by Robert Hayden. Sundays too, my father got up early and put his clothes on in the blue-black cold. Then, with cracked hands that ached from labour in the weekday weather, made him banked fire blaze. No one ever thanked him. I'd wake and hear the cold splintering breaking. When the rooms were warm he'd call, and slowly I would rise and dress, fearing the driven out the cold and polished my good shoes as well. What did I know? What did I know of my love's austere and lonely offices? Okay. You gotta let me know what you think of these guys. Okay, this is the last one. This one is one page. So there's the image. And it's In a Station of the Metro by Ezra Pound. The apparition of these faces in the crowd, petals on a wet black bow. Okay, pretty simple. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that, guys. Honestly, I just wanted to make a video trying out this new lighting, and I saw this book on my bookshelf and thought it was an easy read. Honestly, some of these poems were kind of crazy, in that I'm not too sure how to interpret them. So, if you've got any thoughts on these in particular,